Yo, close my
Welcome to the
door.
Diary of
Bring me
Dating
my
Over 50
phone.
with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Hello out there. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis. Hey guys. So I have a great topic tonight. The topic is, why am I single? Am I scarred or am I scared? I have 5 amazing people that's going to guide us through this process. We are going to get deep. First, I would like to introduce, and I would like for her to introduce herself because y'all know how I do it. Hazel, take it away.
Hello, everyone. How's you doing? I am Dr. Hazel J. I am a grief transformation lifestyle coach. I am also a published author. I am also a therapist. I do hypnotherapy, cognitive behavior therapy, past life regression, and I'm all about helping clients be able to glow in the dark so they can illuminate in the light to walk in their tailor-made purpose.
Yes, thank you. All right, Jante, do yours. Do your thing.
Ooh, I'm supposed to follow her. Yes, queen. Well, my name is Shantae. I am also a published author under my name, Shantae C. Richard. I have 2 published books out there, more coming soon. I do a lot of things. I'm a Renaissance woman. I've had businesses currently working on some behind the scene businesses so that, I can keep that stream of income flowing. However, I'm trying to figure out these answers to these questions too. Are we scared? Are we scarred? I need to know. So I'm here for the conversation.
Well, we're going to dive in. All right, Mr. Ronaldo. We have a man on the panel, y'all. We have a man. Yay!
Hello,
Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Ronaldo Wade. I've been doing podcasting for about 17 years now. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, as well. I now live in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I've been on many relationship panels and conferences across the country. So I'm just giving the male's perspective on this evening.
Y'all ladies gonna appreciate that too. Are you single, Ronaldo?
Very.
Okay, because ladies be in my inbox after my shows.
Okay.
Okay. Take it away, Karana.
Hello, my name is Karana Hosey. I am in Ohio and I'm a Midwest peach. I am residing in Atlanta and I am a 4-time author, international best-selling author as of real estate broker, coach, podcast host, and I am out here just on a mission to help women master life, build legacies, and make an impact one story at a time. So
we sure appreciate you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Definitely not least. Go ahead, Miss Rita.
I am Rita Parker from Washington, D.C., born in North Carolina, moved to D.C. when I was 4, currently living in the Atlanta area. I am an actor. I am also a published author, and I am an entrepreneur. I have my company is RP Confidential LLC, and I help small businesses stay afloat.
Oh my, we appreciate you. We need that because you don't. It's hard to learn from trial and error as a small business because every trial could put you out of business. So thank you for that. So we gonna get right into this, guys. I mean, dead into it. And Miss Hazel, we're gonna have you, Dr. Hazel. We're gonna have you go last because you're gonna clean up, our little messes, okay? Because I know I can get a little messy at times. So anyway, okay. So the first question is, can each of you share a pivotal moment in your dating life that left you feeling either scarred or scared? All right. Come on, Renato, go for me.
Lady's supposed to go first, but it's okay.
This is my show.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, man. I'm just a gentleman. That's all.
We want to hear from the male because the ladies, we got so many ladies. So I'm gonna pick on you a lot. So go right ahead.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I believe that my previous marriage had left me scarred for a minute, and I had to go into to get some counseling. I was married for 10 years. I've been divorced for 5 years now. And men are not scared of marriage, as people would say, such a taboo. Men are scared of divorce. And the reason being is because there's so much that we lose. And I feel the main thing, with my perspective from what I went through, I had to go to a therapist because men really don't like to discuss the hurt and the pain that they have went through. A lot of men don't like to go through the therapy and the healing process, get back out. So that was my perspective. My previous marriage left me scarred.
You know what? I appreciate that honesty. Wow. Do you know a lot of men, you got to like choke their tongue out their mouth to get them to say that? I appreciate that. Okay. Shantae, you about to fall out your chair. Go ahead.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Lord, I think I used to be scarred from my marriage because I've been divorced since I just celebrated, I think 19 years.
She said celebrated.
I did. And let me say this. Let me say why. At first, I was scarred because I was young. I thought we were going to be together forever. I thought we were going to grow. But we were so young that we didn't really even know what we wanted. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I had to go through my many chapters of acceptance, my many chapters of therapy for myself to figure out that I didn't love him the way I should have. Okay. Let's be clear. There were a lot of things that I did as a wife that I would never do now. And I had to take accountability for it. You know how the saying goes, your friends will stick up for who didn't cause the separation. Well, here's the thing. It takes two to make something not work anymore. You know what I mean? And so I will never say, oh, it's all his fault. It's my fault. No. We actually had a conversation. I think I was trying to be pleasant. Let's be clear. Now I have some moments. He took me there, but I'm wrapping this up to get to the point. We had moments where I said, you know what? I apologize for the type of wife that I was to you. And I hope you can forgive me for my part of it, my BS. Because I wasn't nice.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, first off, if you're going to go into something moving forward, you have to own your stuff.
Yes.
That's it. If you can tell me, and I appreciate Mr. Ronaldo saying his piece, I don't want to sit in front of someone who's not healed from the stuff that they had going on, because I'm not taking it forward.
Yes.
I just won't.
And I'm glad you said that, because my first husband, I wasn't in love with him. I didn't want to be with him. I didn't want to have sex with him, but I got a baby by him, and then we got married. But when I left him, he was angry with me, but I told him to set you free, because it's not fair that I hold on to you. And as soon as I divorced him, his wife, they've been together for almost 30 years now. See, I moved out the way because God has somebody. I told him, there's somebody out there love you the way you deserve to be loved, because my love ain't no good for you. Yeah, so that's
you have to take accountability of your own stuff before someone can even accept you as a person. Because why would I come into a relationship where I can say, oh no, it was an angel, it was perfect, it was him.
Yeah, but that's okay. All right, let's go. Miss Rita, come on, baby. Give us some of you.
Well, okay, so I was married 18 years and have been divorced now longer than I was married. But and it wasn't all bad. It was just, we just went in different directions. We're still friends today, but the relationship that scarred me was I was engaged, and I was with him for about 5 years. I think I have to admit that I saw the flags waving, but I ignored him because I wanted the man.
Yes.
We do that often.
I wanted to be with that man, even though he showed me who he was.
Yes.
I thought I
Wow.
could fix him. I'm a fixer. I think I can fix him.
Mm.
And I am not a fixer. I have to fix
Okay.
me. I can't fix him. I can fix me.
Right.
So, and he wouldn't let me break up with him. When I wanted to end the relationship, he was verbally abusive, not physically, but verbally abusive. And I have been physically abused in the past. So I was already scarred, but his verbal abuse scarred me even more. And I tried to leave, and he threatened me if I left. So I had to detach myself to the point where he wanted to leave me.
Wow.
And once he did, I was relieved. But yeah, so I
understand that.
Scarred
to death. Well, everybody know I went through I moved all the way to Tennessee and got engaged, and then 2 months before the wedding. So definitely scarred. Understand that. Karana, give us some insight, babe.
Ooh-wee.
I'm ready to fight over here. Shoot. Like,
I can say that I was scarred and scared. My longest relationship abruptly ended when he died in his sleep.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
oh my God.
what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I married a childhood friend, and he died.
Wow.
What am I
What do
supposed
you
to
do with that?
Yeah, that's
So yeah, that's a very real thing to me. Any man who exhibits unhealthy behaviors, like,
yeah.
Did they die because, I mean, what was the relationships like? Were they toxic? Were they relationships that you shouldn't have been in?
The first one, the longest relationship, it was about 21 years. That man loved my dirty draws. He loved me the way that I deserve to be loved.
Drank the bath water too, huh?
He was my biggest cheerleader, my biggest supporter, my closest friend. We did everything together. I don't think that I loved him the way he deserved. I was young. I wasn't as mature as that relationship needed. He did not have children, helped me raise not only my 4, but I adopted my cousin out of foster care, and this man pulled up at court like, yo, this is my child now too. So, you know, he held me down for all those years. And I mean, I wasn't terrible, but I know that I could have been better to him. And when he died, the guilt ate me up. Like it just ate me up. So yeah. Scarred and scared, man.
All right. Ms. Hazel, come on, give us some professional opinions on this. Because I got everybody. Shantae was scarred. Ronaldo was scared. Or do I have that backwards? Karana was both. And Rita was scarred.
Okay, so I took some notes. So I'm gonna go off my notes real quick. Give me a moment. Now, Ronaldo, I heard when he said it's not the marriage, it was the divorce. I really appreciate how you understood that you needed to get all of you, it sounded like all of you said you at some point you went and got help, whether you decided to accept what happened and you worked through it, or you went to seek out outside help. So that's good. Just some things maybe to to just consider or even share out with other folks if they approach you about this, about being scared or scarred. So a lot of times us being scared and scarred is really connected to something that we've endured in our childhood, and we've associated it to that. So yes, while it's true, it's scared, it's scarring, or it reminds you of something. It's still some part of us from our childhood that resonated with that, and it kind of like further made it like, here, see, I told you, and here's more evidence. See, you tried, or you did, and see, look at you, see what happened to you. So a lot of times it's really like, it could be like, okay, well, this is what's happening. Let me go and see if I can unlock something from my childhood to see what's connected to it, so I can resolve that. Because to live in being scarred or being scared, how are you able to really attract or have what you want in any part of your life? Because you can be scared and scarred for a job. You could be scared and scarred in an intimate relationship. You could be scared or scarred to make a decision. Like, all of those things come up. It's not just connected directly to a relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Oh,
it makes
yeah.
sense. Yes, it makes sense.
And so can I ask a question to that? To what I just said, is there, based off of me saying the scared or scarred, can you, moving forward, were you scared or scarred in a decision that you were trying to make after that happened, when you left that relationship, or when you didn't get into another relationship? Did you see the connection to that at all?
Whom are you asking?
It doesn't matter. I don't know who it relates with.
Well, that kind of plays on another question that I have.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That'll come up. So my next question is, what emotions do you associate with the ideal of dating over 50? Everybody think about it. What emotion, pick one emotion that you associate right now with the ideal of dating over 50. And who's ready to go first for me? What emotion? Go ahead, Shantae.
Nervous.
You're nervous?
Oh, yeah.
What? Explain your nervousness.
So, and I have to come clean. I think I'm not 50 yet. I am.
Yes, I know you're not. I know you're very close. You're the baby on here.
I am the baby on here. I'm 46, going to be 47 this year. So,
yeah.
But I haven't had a serious relationship in a long time. And I'm nervous because I do want that companionship. I want someone I can be just everything with and nothing at all. But then I also like my space. I like my peace, and I don't know how that's going to mesh. And I don't know about what type of compromise. Huh?
How you can coexist?
Yeah, some of my compromises may not be theirs. And, some of it's just a little nerve-wracking. So it's nervousness. I haven't really put myself out there till probably today. People actually seeing me.
Okay.
This is my first time talking about dating in a very long time.
Okay. Anybody else ready? Go ahead, Rita.
Yeah, I think fear. Fear is real. It's a fear of submitting to someone who may not care for me the way I feel like I want to be cared for, need to be cared for. Fear that somebody is not going to necessarily accept me with all of my flaws. Fear of my age and trying to go into, as we age, we get kind of settled in. If we're single, we get settled into our own little routine, and fear of bringing somebody into that space, because I have my space that I'm accustomed to. Do I really want to share it? Or would I be content to us have separate spaces? and try to.
Yeah.
I could be the wife that has my own house and he has his own house, and we
Yeah,
come.
like Cheryl Lee
promise you.
Ralph.
Yes.
I promise you, that is what I said too. I'm like,
You know
look,
what?
we can look.
When I was on the panel of dating in Atlanta, a lot of guys felt that way. They felt that way, not giving up their space, you know, and at our age. But I don't want to die alone, but I do like my space.
I mean, how about, can we have a townhouse? No, matter of fact, can we have a duplex, right? We both have one side, but then when we want to spend the weekend with each other, we'll go ahead and Airbnb the other side out. Let's make this work. I thought about this, honey. If it don't
It's all
make money,
about
it don't
having
make
an
sense.
understanding. It's all about having an understanding.
Yes. It's
Karana, go. What is your emotion?
Excitement.
Okay.
I am.
What's your emotion? Go on and give it to us.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm so open and ready for all the things. I am in love with love.
You sound like me.
Yes, I absolutely believe in it. I've never been scarred to the point of bitterness. Like, I have this buoyancy, this resilience when it comes to love. I've never, ever, ever given up on love. I don't care what I've gone through. I always believe in love, and I am so open to new experiences. Now I am, content in my space, but I'm open to that.
You gonna share that beautiful wall right there. You gonna come in there, he gonna be laying on your couch with his shoes on. And
this is my dedicated home office. We will, and I'm an empty nester, but we will buy a house big enough that he can have his man cave and I can have my K cave.
Yes, I believe in that too.
Yeah.
I do. Renato, come on, what is your emotion?
You know, I love all of the answers that the queens have gave. It's refreshing to hear, someone said that they're excited.
Yes.
I'm more hesitant to do it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And that's speaking from a male's perspective. And the reason being is because we have more years behind us instead of ahead of us.
Yeah.
So as the man is willing to give stability, we want the companionship. We read the scriptures that a man should not live alone. I'm hesitant, and I'm hesitant because after my divorce, I worked very hard to excel. That's what men do. We take that energy and we put it back into our livelihood, our work. And now that I have built on that, and I'm doing even better now than I was when I was married, I'm quite hesitant because I don't want to waste the time. I don't, I'm tired of the same, the dating game is, the pool, somebody, threw dirt in it for some odd reason because it's, we're hesitant to meet the person who may look good, but then when you start dating, the red flags show a lot quicker because you're older, you have more wisdom. And with that, I'm kind of hesitant. I want to do it. I'm excited to be back single again and being out in the field. But once again, the hesitation. And that women don't like hesitation because women want, hey, just give me the straight answer. What we're going to do? How we're going to move forward? But a man wants to do that as well. But as we build up emotionally our intelligence, we don't want to go back into it and then be scarred again, like reopening that wound. So that's my perspective there.
Okay. So, Hazel, your question is a little different. Can you shed some light on how these people, in a quick synopsis, I know you probably need more time, but just in a quick synopsis, how can we now, me, Karana and I, we are in love with love. We ready right now. Okay, I'm ready right now. I'm ready for a relationship. Come on in. Let's do this. Da 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 da. Okay, but there's probably a little fear out there. But how do we get through this? How do we get through? How do we overcome this?
So I was taking some notes. So I'm just gonna read what I put to keep it short and sweet for you. Really, it's boiling. It's really deeper. It's really being able to identify that there's deeper emotions connected to it, right? So it's what it really boils down to. It can be anxiety, it can be tension, it can be shrinking inside, the fear of surrendering control, the fear of trusting deeply. It can be the grief of carrying that invisible weight of shame that's associated, like I did it before and it didn't work, and I gave this part, or I let this part go, or I knew he wasn't the one, but I came up with an idea that he was the one or that she was the one, and I still gave it my all, and then here I am again. Like, and to Ronaldo, it's, man, I'm better, like the big picture outside looking out, I'm better and bigger than where I was. Like, what if I don't do, what if I do the same thing? So then it becomes, do I trust myself in my decision when I'm picking the right person? But in order to trust yourself, right, you have to know that no matter what the outcome is, it was the best decision that you made at that time. And then learning how to shift the perspective, like, you know what, hey, it didn't work. It didn't work for you, it didn't work for me. Well, let me find some beauty that did come out of it, because actually, regardless of whatever happened, right, how ugly it was, how traumatic it was, the reality is when you begin to heal and you are healed in that space, you find an appreciation for it, and that appreciation allows you to say, you know what, I wouldn't be as amazing and awesome as I am had I not went through that experience. Does that make sense? I wouldn't have what I have right now if I didn't go through that experience. So really, I ain't mad. I understand.
I love that.
This happened to me, honestly. It didn't feel good when I went through it. It didn't feel good trying to rebuild, but I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
Yes. Well, let's stop right there. You did that. You know what? You help me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You help me right now, because those are our decisions. It's the best decision for us right now. So now we're going to lighten it up a little bit. Okay. So now I want to know the answer to your preference. One, your preference back then, and do that preference matter right now? And I'm going to go first, because my preference is I don't do short men. And there have been men that told me, you gonna miss out on your husband because you won't do nobody the same height as you. And I said, you're probably right. I probably done missed out on him already.
Yep.
So that's how I just did an example for you all. So Ronaldo, go for me. Give me a preference that you had back then before you got into your 50s or over, in your 30s and 40s. It had to be, she had to be slim. She had to have a flat stomach. She had to be sassy, and then now, do that matter?
Well, my preference wasn't skinny so much. She had to be thick. I like my lady thick. So even back then and even now, it's been like that all my life. So it's something about the skinny.
Ronaldo like them thicker than a Snicker.
I told you.
Wait a minute, he would have loved me 3 years ago when I was round and abound. Okay.
Okay. Come on, Karana. What was your stuff back then, and what is it now?
I am a consistent creature of habit. I love me a black man.
Oh, chocolate.
I love chocolate. And let me tell you something. Pecs is my kryptonite.
Who?
Pecs, a man with muscles.
So you ain't gonna take a man that right now that don't have no pec, no muscles. That wait a minute, listen. He can be an amazing man, and you won't even talk to him.
Yeah. But you asked about preference, and I didn't say I won't. But that's
okay. But now that's not so important.
A chocolate man with pecs is gonna turn my head every time.
But that's not so important today. Is that what you're
It
saying?
still is, because if a man doesn't take care of himself, if he's sloppy, mind you, I done buried too.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm looking at how you take care of yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
Miss
very
Rita,
Okay,
Miss
so
Rita, what was your kryptonite, as Karana said, and do you have to have it today?
So my kryptonite was, or my preference was the 3 B's: big, black, and bald.
Mm.
That was always that was what caught my attention immediately, was big, black, and bald. And I mean, I still that's probably who would attract me, right? But I don't have that. I like a man with a little fluff. I like I want something to hold on to.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Shantae, what's yours, darling?
Oh, I'll be forgetting that people can see my face.
Yes. You're all over social media.
Oh, honey, please. That ain't nothing new. Shoot. I back in the day, I'm sorry. I love them all. I love them all. Back in the day, there really wasn't a preference. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not no stranger to being seductive and loving to them all.
Yes.
Okay.
Now first off, you gotta look like something, because now I look like something. So please, no shade. I need you to be plickety plack, because we plickety plack here over here. That's just it. And your hygiene. If you don't have insurance for your teeth.
Oh, I love a good mouth.
Trying to see, because if you smile at me and I'm like, hey, what's up, Zaddy?
Lose your mind.
Honey.
Okay. So
all kinds of submissive, okay?
Okay, Dr. Hazel, what's wrong with us?
Ain't nothing wrong with me. I am wonderful.
What's wrong with us?
Listen, I was trying to take notes and everything. I'm trying to stay focused, right? Because I can just go on and on and on, right? So some of the things that I wanted to share was that sometimes our preferences can be shaped by trauma, unmet needs, fantasy, or survival. And some of those preferences can be linked or often linked to like our healing or our old wound or avoiding old pain. So for example, I'll give me for an example. My dad, he went through a lot of abuse, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, by my mom. So I considered him to be a weak man, right? That's what I considered growing up. I didn't know that.
Okay.
What I did was, so I went to the opposite, and I said, "Oh, I'm attracted to the dudes in the street." My dad was a businessman too, though, so I did like that, and my dad was very smart, so I did like those things because she couldn't impact those things. So I appreciated that. So I liked the dude who was in the streets. I liked the dude who was about his money. He thought he was like quick with it. Like I like that, but that also came with other things.
Thug in a life.
Man, and so then I coined it and said I liked a reformed thug, right? But when I started really looking at it, right, it was because it was that picture that I created for me that I said was my preference was really linked to the abuse that I saw my dad endure and how I perceived him, if that makes sense. If we had, I heard someone say a short man. If we were picked on about our height, or if we were the tallest, or if if those things happen, then subconsciously we'll say, I don't want nobody shorter than me. I need somebody to be my height.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. You hit on something so tough, because my first boyfriend was shorter than me, and his family was. They had money. They lived on one side of the track, and I lived in the projects. And his mother and father hated me. They did everything we could. I'm telling you, he was short, but that thug that lived on the other side, he was 6'2" and was terrible. But because the way they treat that trauma, girl, I'm gonna have to pay you because I'm sitting in a therapy chair.
PTSD from dating. I'm telling you, it's real.
Okay.
and
So,
and
go ahead.
and with that, it can be that, you know, a lot of times our surface traits, like the money, the looks, the attention, it goes really deeper to the part of it being safety, being respect, being consistency. So if those weren't fully met in our childhood or in an experience where we thought we'd given a more of us than we initially wanted to because we felt safe and vulnerable, then that will begin to impact us in our preferences too. So like I remember, and then I'm a hush. I remember my high school sweetheart was fine. Everybody wanted him. Every female wanted him. It was like, why he even want you? Like they wanted him. And while I loved him and while he saved me when I was homeless and all these things, we were high school sweethearts. While all of those things happened, he still cheated on me. He still dogged me out. He still did all those things. And so what did I say? I'm going to get me an ugly dude.
Okay.
And
make you cute.
Ugly dude.
Because I made the assumption that an ugly dude would treat me better than a fine dude. At that time in my young age, what a fine dude wasn't an ugly dude. Everybody's beautiful in their own way now, but you know, there's still preferences, right?
Right.
I chose someone who was totally opposite than what I had gave myself to, and that dogged me out. So I said, I'm gonna go to that. But what I realized, it ain't even about preferences, really. What it is about energy. You attract what's in you, or if it's open or if it's healed, that's what you're attracting. So if you don't like that's what's coming to you, then that's a clear indicator. That very thing that you don't like, that's something within yourself that's unmet, unhealed, that you got to start working through so you can attract something different because it's energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we're gonna go on to our children. Okay. How do our children affect our confidence in dating, or do they give us good confidence in dating, or do they hang on to that last relationship and they just don't want nothing to do with anybody that you seeing because they know it ain't gonna last? Yeah. Boy, am I getting deep? We gotta talk about the babies. Rita, go, because you about to fall out your chair. What your babies think?
It's fun. They like, Mom, find you a man. That's what they
Is that what they saying?
That's what, yes, they are like, we need to get you out dating. You don't go nowhere. You can't meet nobody if you're in the house. Blah, 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 blah. They are, because I mean, I have 2 adult daughters. My baby girl just turned 40. And my grandkids, my youngest grandchild is 14. I got 6 grandkids.
Wow.
I don't have it. There are no babies.
And they want you to go and date.
They're ready for me to get out there. And I'm telling them, you know, I'm not in a hurry because I've got them. You know, we do stuff together as a family. But yeah,
they try to entertain you.
They trying to get me out.
Ronaldo, you looking serious? Is that a serious? Is that a serious question?
He just
answer this question for me. How your babies feel?
No, I mean, the reason why is because I'm listening very intensely to what y'all saying, and I'm trying to, digest this and, get it out there. I have 2 sons, 32 and 30. The older one is a doctor. The youngest is an engineer.
Tell me how to get your girl.
So
over here.
So my younger son, he is like, Dad, you need to get back out there. You have achieved a lot. Why don't you get back out there? Why don't you, you ain't got to marry him yet. Just go ahead and date.
Wow.
And then escalate it to courting if so need be.
Is your kid trying to school you?
Yeah, they are.
But the thing with the younger is he's not with anybody. So it's like, how you gonna try to call the kettle black? So
you looking too deep into that. He's worried about you not being alone.
I feel you, and I agree with that. And me just turning 56. Yeah, if we're talking about scared, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid and scared of being alone. So
that's a question we're gonna talk about in a minute.
right.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
So
so
your
that's-
babies want you
yeah.
to get back out there.
Yes, they
Okay.
do.
Karana.
So I have a daughter, but I also have 3 sons. I'm more of a
Right, because you adopted some kids. Your
I
nieces
had,
and
so
nephews.
total 5. So
Okay.
really 2 girls and 3 boys. But the boys, that's not even something they entertain. It's like my daughter just always wants mommy to be happy. And of course my sons want me to be happy, but they're not pushing me to get out there or nothing. Like I'm blessed that my sons I was very intentional raising them. And I used to say when they were toddlers, like, I want to raise husbands, not baby daddies.
Look out now.
I have daughters-in-law that love me.
Wow.
That love me. And my daughter has been married 13 years. No, 2011, 14 years. And I have an amazing son-in-law. So my daughters-in-law love me. My son-in-law loves me. So my children, they want me to be happy, but it's not a conversation that especially the boys are trying to even hear. We don't talk about it. I'm chilling. They just watch for my cues. And if mommy's smiling, they good. If mommy's not smiling, they coming to find out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My son, the only guy that he really liked, it was my ex that I was going to marry. And he was really sad about it. He was like, Mom, it's the only one of your guys I really like. So he was saddened by that. And it's just, we just our children just want the best for us. But Shantae, how your babies feel?
So I got nieces and nephews. And I got, older mentees that become like auntie's babies. My comedic name is Auntie Tay. So,
Okay.
everybody my little babies to me. They're like, so what you doing? I'm like, what you doing? I'm trying to make money, do what I need to do and be okay. And, for a while I was nervous. I got scared. And I said, when I get situated, for me, I need to be stable for myself before I can even introduce anybody into my world. Because if I don't have any money in my pocket, I'm not attracting people with money in their pockets. I need to be a vibrant light of energy. And I wasn't ready.
You already are, honey.
Oh, blessings. Yes. Thank you.
You already are.
But in all seriousness, for me to attract what I want and who I am and what I need, I have to be focused and intentional. So that's why I feel like it's time.
Okay. All right. So, Dr. Hazel, give us the secret so we can go on and find somebody. Tell our kids we're gonna bring home and bring somebody home to our children. Tell us they're around the corner.
Well, so actually, I was looking at it from a different perspective, really. But so the first piece of how I was looking at it is like really when we're hesitant and kids see the hurt and the pain and the trauma we went through, and we didn't we didn't allow them to express their feelings, because they go through a sense of grieving too in this. Right? Theirs may be silent, or they may act out, or they may not, but something is going on with them too, right? And if kids are not, whether they're adult kids or not, they will process it in their own way, right? And it'll come off as I'm protecting my mom or I'm protecting my dad. Well, it's doing really 2 things. One, it's the parent can become feeling guilty, like, wait a minute, it's not time. I gotta wait till my kids get older. Oh, I'm just not going to bring anyone else because I don't know if he's going to stay around. Or it can be that the kids now mirror the same behavior subconsciously and don't even know, and they end up dealing with their parents' unresolved hesitation, or their unresolved feelings of being scared or scarred, impacts their relationships moving forward, and they end up somehow mirroring the similar behaviors, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
before you even get into having a relationship with anyone, have the conversation with your children, whether they're young or adults, and say, hey, you know what I went through wasn't good. And what you experienced as I went through what I went through wasn't good for you either. But guess what? I'm great where I am now. It's okay. And when it's time for me to move on, or time for me to have someone, I will. So don't worry. I'm not going to die alone. I'm not going to be in your business. I'm not going to try to have you be my friend.
I don't know about that. No, it's okay.
Don't do those things in that way. It's okay. Mama is good. Dad is good. Like, I'm good. Thank you for your care. Right.
Right.
The other piece to that is I heard someone say, money. We come up with these, they're facades. We make up excuses. They're excuses. We make up excuses on why we're not moving forward. Oh, I need more of this. Oh, I got to get my body in order. I got to get my money right. I got to get, you're going to be got to get in. When you going to stop trying to get and just let it be? If you really want a relationship,
you stepping on our toes, man. You stepping on our toes.
If you really want a relationship, then that what they say, where you spend your time at is what you get. So if you ain't spending your time in working on your own personal relationship, money doesn't enhance your relationship with yourself. It doesn't. God is going to give us everything that we need, and what we want, we can ascertain that too. But if we're missing a link to it, maybe in our wealth, the tangible of wealth, maybe that is going to become because we have our helpmate, and maybe he's the one. I get to be his helpmate, and he's positioned, or we're positioning together to ascertain that big picture that we want. Maybe, I don't know, right? But if we keep what we're doing ain't working. So if I've been saying I want a relationship for the last 10 years, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get my money, I'm trying to get this by, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. If I keep saying that and I still ain't got what I keep saying I want, do I really want it? Do I want it because somebody said I have to have it because I'm getting up in age, or do I really want it? And then what is my value? Like, what has more value? What weighs more to me right now? And being completely honest with myself. Like, even I heard somebody say about your own space, right? And I was thinking about that too, because I really want to be, this is what I said, I really want to be married. And I love the idea of being in love. My sister says, oh, you love the idea of being in love. I do. Now, I had to really check myself the other day, though. I said, but wait a minute. I've been sleeping in my own bed by myself for almost 14 years. Do I really want to? I get frustrated with my 2 boys. Like, do I really want that? Is it possible to where we can have our room? We can have our room together, yes, and then he can have his space. I can have my space, and we got to understand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let me go to the next question. That's a good one. Do you really want a man?
Do you really want one?
Yeah. So the next question, this is our last round. The next question is, are you scared of living? Because a lot of us, besides Shantae the baby, we don't have a whole lot of years left in front of us. We got more behind us. And death scared me. I don't know about nobody else, because I want to live forever. I want to see my grandchildren, my great. And I know that ain't possible. However, I try to live my life out loud. Okay. But is anybody worried about being alone for the rest of their life? I want you to express and tell me how you feel about that. Rita, I'm gonna start with you. Tell me, how do you feel being alone for the rest of your life?
It is it's a scary thought. But I have to accept the fact that if God don't send me a man, I ain't gonna have another one. Because
we have to acceptance is the key. But how do you feel right now in that?
Right now, I would like to be in a loving relationship. I would like to have a companion to live out my life with. I would like to retire and have someone to travel with, to enjoy the rest of this life with. I would. I am scared because it seems as if there are a lot more single women than there are single men.
Yes.
And I am not interested in sharing. So
Okay.
So yeah, it is a scary thought. It's scary. It's scary. And
So-
I think I'm the oldest one on this panel. So I'm yeah.
So, Karana.
I do not feel fear in this space. I am single by choice. I used to say I had a roster, and everybody had their role, and so I could just deal with who I wanted to deal with on what level I wanted to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just got to the point where I was just like, I just want to chill. I just want to really lock in on my goals. And so I am choosing to not date. I'm ready now, but I had chosen and I'm waiting. So I don't think that I'm scared of that. I'm definitely, so I don't know how, well, y'all probably don't know my story, but I've been on my deathbed 3 times. So death doesn't scare me. Doctors have written me off and walked out of my hospital room. So what else am I supposed to be scared of? Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. So no, I'm not scared of that. Being alone is great. I get my best ideas when I'm by myself.
Okay. All right. Ronaldo, what about you?
That's powerful as to what she stated, because I'm afraid to meet somebody like her.
Why are you afraid to meet somebody like Karana?
No. She's a sweet person. Hey, I really, when you talk about what men want to do, because you're speaking with a different, gender. Men, we don't want to be number 2, number 3, and isn't that something? Because when you look at the double standard, they have number 2s and number 3s. I love the fact that she was, transparent with it. I'm more afraid not of being alone, but going back, like I stated earlier, like opening those wounds again of going all in, and you put all your emotions and your feelings in this person, and then that person just feels at any time they could just get up and leave.
Yeah, but you're not you're not scared of being alone. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm more afraid of disappointment. I'm more afraid of I'm more afraid mostly of breakup. We too old for this. Like y'all said earlier, look, just be transparent. What we're gonna do? Are we gonna get married? Are we just gonna be sidekicks? Are we gonna be companions? What we're gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that people in the future, who I deal with in the future, they're gonna come up with lies. They're gonna come up with excuses as to why they really don't want to fully commit.
Okay.
That's what I'm afraid of.
All right, Miss Shantae.
Am I scared to be alone? No, I'm not scared to be alone. Do I want to die alone? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, though, I'm at peace. Whatever is supposed to be for me, I'm helping what I would like. Put my good energy out there and make sure that I do the work on making it happen. I can't meet nobody in my bedroom. I cannot meet anybody in this house because I don't let people in. So it's time to get outside. Just do what needs to be done. But as of right now,
stop trying to make all that money.
No, not never. Not never.
That's what Dr. Hazel said.
Dr. Hazel said, try to make sure make that an excuse. I'm good.
Right.
I still need to take care of me. I do not need a Captain Save-A-Ho. Okay.
Right. Y'all, that's
I
our
don't
live
want
wire right there, baby.
Hey, I want to be on an equal playing field with my next mate. Period.
Yeah.
But they don't like that
preferred.
either. They don't like that either. They're gonna call you masculine.
Oh well.
Oh, I was at a place tonight where they talked about masculine energy and women roles and men roles. What happened to you? Just allow me to trust you. You guide me, and I'm gonna be submissive as you want. If I could trust you, you gonna get all of this. And I ain't
Some
just
men
talking
don't
about sex.
understand that. Some men do not understand that.
No,
they
they
don't believe
don't.
it when
So-
we say it. Because they say, and I'm sorry, sir, for what I'm about to say, but we are not all the same. Just because Kiki and them said she didn't like it, don't mean Shantae over here knows how to act and handle it. At the end of the day, if you and I don't mesh at this good season age that I am, I'm going to wish you well in your ministry and walk away.
Yeah.
Because I need to be good with that.
Okay, Miss Hazel, break all this down for me, honey. Break it down.
She's gonna tear into me. I don't want to.
And you know what? And break down the fear of being alone, because this is the diary of dating over 50. And people over 50, we are scared of living alone, but we also scared of getting in relationships.
Yeah.
So, I heard a lot. So one of the things, oh my gosh, it was just so much. It was something that she just said, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, well, no, you said the roles. Let me just say the roles real quick.
Mhm.
So women, so I think that masculine energy, like I really believe in, now this is my bias. I really believe in women being women and men being men. I've had to be, I've had to do it all because it's really just been me in that way, right? But I'm definitely not the masculine female type. I'm not. I would prefer to be home, cook, chill, work, and support and do things and do my business. I don't want to do all that extra stuff. I do that because I have to, not because I choose to, not because I want to. I don't know why I do that. And I think if dudes understood their role, like you are a provider, you're a protector, you're supposed to pray over us, you're supposed to make us feel, we're supposed to feel so safe with you that we can be vulnerable, but vice versa. Women have to allow their men to be vulnerable with them too. Like for him to be a protector and a provider doesn't mean he's just like, you know what I'm saying? He don't got to be like that. He can be vulnerable and emotional and put his guard down. That doesn't make him a sucker. Like that makes him human. Like let's be realistic here, right? And then in terms of like just the fear of being alone, there's a big difference between being alone and being lonely, right? Yes. If in your loneliness, being lonely means that you still have stuff, fragments, right, that need to be worked out. You still have healing to do, and healing is a journey, so it's never going to just, oh, I've arrived. It's not an I arrived thing. It's an ongoing thing. Right. It's ongoing. There's levels, and I'm learning this. There's levels to healing. There's levels to trust. There's levels to love. There's levels to vulnerability. There's levels to it. And as you begin to grow and glow from the inside out, you begin to unlock. Every experience unlocks something else. So you've never arrived anywhere. In terms of being choosing to be alone, is your choice really embedded? Is that really what you're choosing, or you've just conditioned yourself to accept it? It's a difference. Unless God told you that you are destined to be physically alone, right? You're not meant to be alone. But we accept things as because we're just like, well, you know what? It's kind of like we when we scapegoat God. Well, if He wanted us to have it, then we would have had it. If He didn't want us to go through it, then He wouldn't have put us on it. But that's not really true. It's true to a certain extent, right? But the reality is there's still stuff you got to do. So if God has a man or a woman out there for you, how are you going to see him or her if you're still holding on to the baggage, if you're still holding on to those beliefs that well, they might take from me, or I might get hurt again, or I might not. That's when it comes back to understanding that nobody in this world has the power, right? Unless you say they got the power to take from you what is yours. You have to, and if you close it, if it's closed, somebody said that if I'm in my house, then how am I going to go? How am I going to meet? Nobody's coming inside my house, especially if I'm not opening up the door. But how can somebody come into your heart if your heart is closed? How can somebody come?
Yeah.
How can somebody court you or be interested in you if you're looking at it from a face value? Oh, you're not tall enough. You're not small enough. You're not this. Because honestly, the way this world going, you can get all that stuff fixed with money.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Sure
Absolutely. So
and they can have all of that together and be rotten to the core inside.
Yeah.
Like you have to really, so it really goes back to, again, what are my negotiable, what are my non-negotiables, and what am I really willing to work through? It's okay if they don't make the same amount of money. It's okay if they have less, but what is their ethic? What's their integrity? What is their position? What is their belief? What is their relationship with themselves? Like, how do they show up for themselves? That's an indicator on how they're going to show up for you. So you don't have to worry about being alone, right? It's not about being alone or being lonely. It's about just trusting in your ability to make the right decision for you based on your ability to trust you. Trust yourself. I have to trust me to know that no matter right, wrong, or indifferent, that experience is going to yield me another opportunity to get to my next level and whatever that looks like. Does that make sense?
that makes sense. And I appreciate you going through that. Hazel, I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'm doing two young ladies that lost their mother at young ages for Mother's Day. So hopefully we can work into the schedule that you can come back. But we are at the closing thoughts because baby, y'all gave it up. Y'all gave it up. Today we've explored the complex emotions surrounding dating after 50. Fear, past scars, and the realities of being single. Each of you shared powerful insight that really highlight how our experience shape our perception. As we conclude, I encourage each of you to reflect on what you've learned about yourself today, what fears you can confront, and what scars are you ready to heal from. For our listeners, remember that being single is not a reflection of your worth. Embrace this time as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. As we move forward, let's carry the lesson from today into our dating lives, whether it's facing fears or understanding past scars. Each step is valuable. Thank you all for the honesty and vulnerability. Let's continue to support each other in navigating this journey of love and connection, no matter of our age. We love to hear your thoughts today on this podcast right here. Dr. Hazel dropped some jewels for us to be able to go back and look at it and take some questions. Take some questions to the puzzle. So, after I always read this, y'all, because I am an advocate for sex trafficking. As we wrap up this episode, The Diary of Dating Over 50, we want to take a moment to highlight an important upcoming event. On June 28th, we'll be sponsoring a gala in Cleveland, Ohio, to raise awareness against human trafficking, particularly focusing on the safety of our children. This event will take place at Club Jazzy's, and we're excited to bring together our community for such a vital cause. A heartfelt thank you to all of the keynote speakers who will be sharing their insight and experience. Your voices are crucial in this fight, and we appreciate your commitment to make a difference. And to cap off the evening, we'll be having an old school dance, creating a beautiful atmosphere of joy and connection of all our attendees. It is a chance to celebrate our community while supporting an essential cause. We encourage everyone to join us for this meaningful event. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of our children and raise awareness about this critical, crucial issue. Thank you for listening today, and we hope to see you there. Until next time, keep spreading love and support in your community. This has been another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50. Stay engaged and take care. This is Tanya R. Lewis with the Diary of Dating Over 50. Until next time. Our next show will be Tracy D. Taylor. She's a model that went abroad and then came back to the States and found her husband, or her husband found her. He jumped in her DM, but she already knew him. They went to high school together. Then for Mother's Day, we're going to have two ladies that lost their mothers at a very young age. And hopefully Dr. Hazel can be there with us to help support these women, because it's probably going to be a tearjerker. I'm probably not going to wear no false eyelashes that day because they're probably going to fall off, because I know I lost my mom too. So until we meet again, thank you for joining the Diary of Dating Over 50. See you the next time. Thank you, Charlie.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating, or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.